This is Griffin, and this is my term project for 15112. It's a basic physics-based game that incorporates special relativity into its motion and mechanics. So basically, I control the red ship in the middle, and right now the other object doesn't really have any gravity, and it's just to demonstrate the visual effects. So I control the force I apply to it with the arrow keys. They just push in the direction that I click, or not click, press. But as you can see, the object distorts, and the faster I go, the more it does it. So at first its color shifts, and the color shifts is basically the Doppler effect for light. And as I move towards and away from it, the frequency of the light in my view is changed, so its color is shifted. Second, the length is contracted, and it's always contracted in the direction of my motion towards it. And the faster I go, the more it's contracted. And the speed of light right now is set at 100. And as I approach 100, my acceleration becomes very, very slow. And the object becomes contracted almost to nothing. Moving on. This object has gravity, and there's an objective in the game. So it still shifts and does everything much like before. Right now the objective, there are messages at the top that I can scroll through, they give directions, but the objective is to enter a stable orbit. It has to be fairly circular as well. And if I check right now, for example, it's much too bad. If I, get into a better orbit, then it'll check, tell me I won. Moving. This is a level with two objects. They both have gravity, both the green ones. They both shift as I move around, and the shifts are relative to their velocity to me, not just my absolute velocity. The blue circle is another ship. It accelerates in my direction, but it's not very good at finding me because there's gravity and it interferes with it. But also the central object pulses. It's not constantly drawn, and the pulse is shifted with time dilation. So as I go faster, its time slows down in my view, and it starts to pulse very slowly until it's going very, very slow. And moving on, this is the level editor that basically lets you place whatever you want onto the screen. It also lets you change the speed of light. I can set velocities for any of these objects. And of course, if I draw it with a velocity, it'll shift and change color just like it would in the game. These things can have gravity or not. They can just be moving. So this one has gravity. I can set its radius as well. And of course the force won't be inside the radius no matter what I set it to. I can make any of the objects that you see. I can make other ships that follow me or try to. I can make as many of them as I want. Eventually it'll start running very slowly, however. Then I can hit enter to run, and the program will run just as if it was a normal game playing. So that's my term project, and those are the main features. Thanks and goodbye.